90 seconds away from the start of this one. It's going to be Los Gallos, North Star Canada, Artemis, and Explorer Swiss. Hannah, who do you like and why?
Well, I think it's a good question. It's been amazing racing so far, but there's going to be even more space on the course, slightly different priorities. And I think some of the teams are going to be focusing on winning this race. Some of the teams are going to be looking at how they can impact the season standings at this point.
All right, other than the Vela Beach Club, the person with the best view of this racetrack has got to be Lisa Darmanin down on the water. Lisa, who do you like? What are the conditions like? And how do you think it's all going to play out?
Look, the conditions are fantastic. They have been all day. The other thing is 4 boats compared to 6 isn't that different as well. But to me, Los Gallos, they've just been locked in all day. And I just think that they're going to pull it off once more.
All right, Stevie, here we go. The calm before the storm, 40 seconds before the start. 2 of the teams in this event final have never won an event, that being Sebastian Schneider and his team Explorer Swiss and Nathan Outridge and Artemis. So will it be a rookie walking away with the crown, or will the veterans stand up and be counted?
Yeah, I think calling Artemis a rookie cruise a bit like calling the Rolling Stones a new band, to be perfectly honest, Todd. I mean, there's a lot of experience out there as we see the Swiss first to turn back, well positioned. Los Gallos are out the back. They're going to be wound up, coming in hot on the start line now. We know it's about acceleration. We know it's about timing. I love where Artemis is at the moment. It's wind-up time now. Middle of the line's the favoured place to be. We're looking for the line to turn wide. How's your timing, Nathan Outridge? Boom! Out of the gun there. Perfect from the Swedish team when they needed it, but the Swiss are going to be so fast from here. Can they roll over the top? You've got to be brave on board the Swiss boat. I think they're clear ahead here, Todd. I think they're going to own the mark. Is there going to be an overlap? Yes, the Swedish hold on. Artemis hold the own at the mark.
Stand by board.
So mark number 1 of the event final, it is Artemis out in front, Explorer Swiss in second, North Star Canada in third, and here comes Los Gallos.
Well, they all manoeuvre together, Todd. That's great news for the Swedish. Execution's the key. Nice manoeuvre there. And here Arno Sarafagis, the wing trimmer there, talking to Seb Schneider, but perfectly positioned there for Artemis. Now, we know the bottom of the course is crucial, Hannah. What's Nathan want?
Yeah, they're just trying to work out if they can get down with no more manoeuvres into that bottom gate. I think the Swiss were kind of the big losers there, being on the outside, turning a really good start into quite a tricky position, but a big decision coming at gate 2 here.
So as they approach gate number 2, the DP World Gate here in Portsmouth, what do you do? They're going to roll the dice, Stevie, and this is going to set the tone for the rest of the race.
Yeah, I think they'll take that left turn here. I think that looks less distance to sail to me. They're going to be slow doing it, but they kind of know everyone's likely to follow them. The Swiss are slow as well. Again, control. North Star are going to split, so they're the ones that are going to try their luck on the other side of the course. Definitely a gain by staying fast. They've sailed extra distance to do that. Now it comes down to where's the wind. We're looking up the track. We can see there's good wind where the Swedish team, are heading right now. Artemis in good position. Who's got the wind, though? Who's going to find the most breeze?
You look at the resume of the drivers. It looks like Canada's getting awfully close to the border.
Yeah, they've gone wide.
Oh, they're going to pick up a penalty.
I think he might, again, that's what I might put in the category of deliberate foul. He's going to have to lose 20 metres, but it might mean it gets him further up the course. And we can see there's good breeze coming down. The frustration on board there. Plenty of breeze out there on the course. And at the moment, well, Los Gallos are back in it. How fast is that Spanish boat? Because they're up to second from fourth, and they're the ones applying the pressure to the Artemis team.
And I was going to say, before that penalty on Canada, that the resume of all these drivers out there, all Olympians, gold medalists, silver medalists, 3-time Olympian in the form of Sebastian Schneider and Explorer Swiss, so they know what they're doing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The margins in these conditions are absolutely tiny. So I think, you know, Los Gallos here, they've been super fast. They're very happy to tail a boat, put the pressure on. And Artemis in this scenario will not be happy to have the Spanish on their heels. They're going to have to maneuver better and make sure they're fast at all times.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if they Simon Mood on board Spain here, or do they go further? They're going to push further, so they're looking to set up attack further up the course. Really playing the long game on board Spain. They're just following, they're just hanging around, waiting for a mistake. They're saying, well done, Nathan, that's the right call. We're going to match your call, but we're going to wait for you to give us an opportunity later in the race. Swiss are back up to speed, and you could hear the frustration on North Star. They're out of phase. They've lost some meters here. Gain for the Swedish right now.
All right, as they approach gate number 3, let's check in on the water one more time with Lisa. Lisa, at gate 3, where do you go?
Oh, well, I'm sitting on a left turn and there's plenty of breeze where I'm going. I'd be surprised if the Spanish don't split, but I don't know, it's margin. Yeah, the Spanish are going to come this way. They can see the gust, I can see.
Pretty crucial here. They're talking about a big gust on there. Lisa's talking about a big gust. Big gust means more boat speed. We're looking in on board there, we're sort of zoomed in with our cameras. The grinders go to work. Juan Cordona, he works as a strategist in the G2 position, the back grinder there, but those grinders having to wind that big wing sail.
Look at the speed.
It's pretty quick, a lot quicker on board the Spanish boat than the top of our screen where Artemis is right now, but angle could be key as well.
It sounds like Olympic silver medalist Lisa Darmanin also knows what she's doing.
Well, that's right. She's done a few things in her time. She's not one to generally miss it, and she was sat right in the perfect spot when you asked her that question, Todd. But again, remember, yes, there'll be gains and losses, but tactics come into this game as well, and the right of way, should it be close, is with the Swedish at the moment. So control is still with the Swedish, but it looks like a gain to me to the Spanish. Can they sneak across in front of Nathan Outridge? I reckon Diego's going to be aggressive and try it. No, he doesn't. He turns up behind, but he's going to have the advantage when they come in at the bottom of the course here. Los Gallos are going to be leading at the next gate, is my guess.
At the halfway point of the event final, it is still Artemis out in front, but for how long? With Los Gallos, Spain, the champions of Season 4, sitting in second place. Here comes Explorer Swiss with a lot of speed. Look at this. They're pushing 80 kilometers an hour as they come towards gate 4.
Yeah, the Spanish have got the left turn hand.
Yeah, they've done a really nice job there. Popping 2 boards down just to make it down to the mark, but not losing too much speed. A much nicer job than Artemis in the last bottom third of that leg.
It's nearly a 100-metre gain on that downwind for that cool on the breeze. We can see as Spain are sailing towards a gust of wind, that darker patch of water where the Spanish are. Artemis going there as well. Swiss split away. That's not worked most of the day, and it's going to be a bit of an arm wrestle between the top 2 boats here for this one. Now it's about boat speed. Can Artemis find the boat speed that the Spanish had on the last upwind leg?
And has Sebastian Schneider found something on the left side of the course for Explorer Swiss as he makes his first maneuver and looks back to see exactly how far back he is. It is the Spanish out in front. Artemis sits in second. Here come the Swiss and North Star Canada hoping for a mistake out in front so they can pounce.
Yeah, I mean, you can see there Spain are sailing a fast mode, so they're sailing a faster angle, they're sailing more distance, but they're going nearly 8-9 kilometres an hour faster, trying to roll forward on Sweden to make a gain, but Switzerland, well, they're in phase with the wind shift on board that Swiss boat. Don't rule them out. They're making better progress up the ladder lines. They're chasing Los Gallos. Spain are very much focused on Artemis right now. They've made a gain, but it's the Swiss that's their threat at the moment.
You want to hear a crazy stat? The last event, the Canada Sail Grand Prix in Halifax, the top 3 teams, Los Gallos, Artemis, Explorer Swiss. Right now, it is Los Gallos, Artemis, Explorer Swiss, with the Swiss now overtaking Artemis.
Yeah, and they will have the right of way when they come back together. Be a few ripples on the Après Rose on that shoreline right now as the Swiss team head in there, finding more breeze. They're making gains. Can they find a good angle at Helen Brown, Chris Draper's wife, in the middle of the picture there? She's getting that Swedish flag flying, but it's the Swiss that are fast at the moment.
Here we go, a big moment, leg 5 of 8. Explorer Swiss, top of your screen. Here's the maneuver. How silky smooth can they be? And it is Diego Botín saying, vamos, here we go, Los Gallos.
Nailed the top of the course there. Lisa, they're sailing back to the left. Have they still got your lucky gust that way?
Yeah, but the good thing for Los Gallos, it looks like Artemis is going to follow, so that's exactly where you want them. I think Explorer Swiss as well will take it easy and go left turn and be pretty happy where they are.
I guess you've got to start thinking season as a whole, Todd. So, you know, it's still better to be second than third, better to be third than fourth. And when you've got a team like Spain, they just don't make a lot of mistakes when they get themselves out in front.
But Steve, you look at the overall standings right now, where the Bonds Flying Rouge did not make the event final, Emirates GBR did not make the event final, US SailGP team also did not make the event final, so this would be a big point gain for Los Gallos Spain, who currently sit second overall, 18 points, I should say, behind the Australians.
Yeah, and I mean, to the point, if we've had a lot of chat this weekend about groups of death and easy groups. Well, you've got Group A first, Group B second and third, and Group A fourth. So to my money, it's all pretty tight in SailGP right now.
We love the parity here in Season 6. This is like 6 of 8. They'll get to the bottom of the course. They will make a turn, then they'll head back up, and then it'll be a right turn towards the packed grandstands here in Portsmouth. Hannah, do you think Spain has what it takes? Obviously, if they make a mistake, it's going to go south, but they just don't make mistakes.
I think one of the things that they're really strong at is when there's a little bit more space on the course, you have a few options of how you sail the boat in terms of moding. You can sail, when you're sailing upwind like they are now, you can choose to sail closer to the wind, a little little bit slower, or further away from the wind and a little bit faster. They are absolutely brilliant at selecting the right mode at the right time.
Yeah, they did that perfectly on the beat before, didn't they? There was a tight race with Artemis, and then Diego just made the call, right, we are going to hammer them here. They gave away some distance, and they made a big controlling gain over that Swedish team, and that's been pretty crucial. Split at the bottom, Canada have overtaken the Swiss. It's a bit of a shame for Explorer Swiss, but a bit of race left here. Spain, well, one more manoeuvre to do. They're perfectly positioned tactically, so it's just execution. It could be a World Cup last Sunday, SailGP in Portsmouth this Sunday. Spain just keep getting it done.
Spain has been on a roll in the sports world, and with the return of Carlos Alcaraz possibly to the U.S. Open in tennis, they may be looking at a triple threat. But right now, as they make a right-hand turn, they look to the shore here in Portsmouth on Super Sunday at the Emirates Great Britain Sail Grand Prix in Portsmouth. Once again, it is Spain going back-to-back with victories. They win in Halifax, Canada, and they come to Portsmouth and get it done. First the World Cup, and now a victory on the Solent. The Emirates winning moment goes the way of Los Gallos.
Oh, what a moment. You know what? They sailed a great race. Artemis have sailed a fantastic weekend as well. And, you know, all 4 teams deserve to be in the final. But you know, Hannah had the feeling in her bones, and she was clearly right, because they were absolutely clinical.
What a job and what an event final. Group racing gets it done as North Star Canada will finish in 3rd, Explorer Swiss will finish in 4th place, and the fans are on their feet. How can you not tip a cap for these 4 teams?
Hello, broadcast. Copy loud and clear.
And the Spanish can celebrate for the 2nd event in a row. They win the World Cup, Stevie, and now they win in Portsmouth.